Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you gotta love those stats, and I'll tell you why. Out of that $500 billion, it was $500 billion that was put in last year to help South Africa with the lockdown. 40%, 200 billion rand was allocated to protecting the banking industry from the dangers of people not being able to pay back stuff. Well, we blew the lid on that last night on the main Loving Life channel and on lovinglifetv.com. And you can go and watch those videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. But this is where you understand the sinister side of the lie. And I'm talking about the big banks. These guys are stealing from you left, right, and center, and the ANC government is complicit in the theft. Remember that Cyril Ramaphosa has a major shareholding in one of the big banks called Standard Bank. He has his own personal interest to protect. And one wonders why Standard Bank, which is part of the cartel, all the major banks are basically owned by the Rothschilds and Rockefellers through the fiat monetary system, which is a complete scam, as we exposed last night. But this is what they're doing to the people of South Africa. The combination of COVID-19 lockdowns, decade-low interest rates, and a shrinking tenant pool has created a perfect storm for South Africa's rental market. This is reflected in PayProp's new State of the Rental Industry report, which details how South Africa's rental property market has changed over the last year. The report is based on responses from rental agents and their other property professionals, with the combination of both independent and franchised agents participating. The data shows that many tenants experienced financial difficulty during 2020, and it shows in the results. Income losses affected their ability to pay rent and afford rent. More than 70% of respondents said they had passed smaller increases than they normally would have, and 77% said they had more tenants in arrears in 2020. And of course, what we're talking about here is the lockdown. I'm going to say no more than that because I know what YouTube's like. I'll leave it at that. The lockdown. Let me show you an image which will actually give you an understanding of where the rental market in South Africa is right now. PayProp said it was encouraging to see how understanding agents, landlords, and business owners have been of tenants' cash flow challenges. Some 93% reported agreeing alternative payment arrangements with tenants due to the pandemic. Almost 2/3, or 65% of participants, indicated they lowered their commission in order to retain a mandate. PayProp said, this can negatively affect a rental business over the short and long term. Over the short term, your main source of income, commission, will decrease, creating potential cash flow problems. They went on to say, in the long term, agents might struggle to justify raising their commission again without adding additional services, meaning their income may take a permanent knock. When asked what their single biggest challenge was, 51.5% of respondents said they struggled to find good tenants. In second place, 21% said arrears were a challenge. Of course, job and income losses during lockdown affected many tenants' ability to pay rent and fueled both of these challenges. Rounding out the top three were inspections, the biggest challenge for 11% of respondents. PayProp said there are two possible reasons for the perceived lack of good tenants. 1. Tenants' financial health worsened due to the pandemic, and 2. With low current interest rates, many good tenants have opted to buy property instead of renting. Good tenants have found it easier to qualify for loans and have consequently left the rental market by purchasing a home of their own. Looking ahead to 2021, 68% of participants were most worried about the ongoing impact of COVID-19 on their business. In line with 2020's challenges, a big ongoing worry into 2021 was finding good tenants, listed by 58% of participants, followed by managing and collecting arrears, or 44%. Participants also listed affordability as a significant issue, with tenants often unable to afford the rent in their areas. Many others listed oversupply of properties and vacant properties. Now, the thing that's been totally left out of this picture here, guys, is the banks. And I've talked about this in videos in recent days, how mercenary the banks are. Have you ever heard of a bank putting R1 into providing food parcels for people starving in South Africa? I haven't. Have you ever heard of the banks actually giving real debt relief to people who loan money from them during the pandemic? I haven't. These same banks are absolutely gouging. They are destroying what little wealth the middle class still have. And the worst part of this is that the profits from their basic theft of the economy in South Africa is not coming back to South Africa. It's going to their lords and masters in places like the City of London and on Wall Street. They are completely destroying the economy of South Africa and enriching themselves. Please remember to register on lovinglifetv.com to be kept informed. Please remember to subscribe to Loving Life on YouTube to be kept informed until we close down Loving Life on YouTube and transform permanently to our new platform, lovinglifetv.com. Please like this video, please share this video, and above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.